Let me tell you about the story that's freaking everybody out, and especially those people in Silicon Valley right now. And it's putting a giant red target on all of us, on all of our cybersecurity. This Chinese AI company called DeepSeek just bragged about creating a ChatGPT-like model named R1. And at a fraction of the cost the big American tech giants are burning. They say they spent about $5.6 million on the whole thing. Yes, just $5.6 million compared to the billions of dollars that OpenAI, Google, and Meta dump into their AIs every year. That alone should rattle any market. I get it. But here's the kicker. It is open source, and get this, is 100% uncensored. I mean, the mere mention of uncensored AI should put every cybersecurity professional on high alert. Why? Because it's essentially handing a brand new bag of tricks to criminals, rogue states, or anybody who wants to do serious digital damage. Imagine phishing emails that are mind-blowing convincing. Imagine entire hacking companies and campaigns that run by AI that doesn't hold back. That's the scenario that's freaking people out, and it should. Let's look at the fallout so far. The Nasdaq plunged over 2% because of this. Nvidia, the champion of AI chips, fell 12%. Meta, Alphabet, and all the big data center stocks just got hammered too. But why such a meltdown? Well, because the backbone of the US stock market lately has been big tech, and everybody knows that. And big tech's shiny new toy is AI. If China can do high-level AI on basically a shoestring, then what advantage do the other company have? Now, let's drop a bombshell where cybersecurity folks like me are worried. Criminals get a big upgrade. Period. So picture an AI that is generating malicious code, no questions asked, no ethical guidelines, no built-in filters for stopping or giving step-by-step hacking instructions to the hackers. With an open source uncensored model, the dark web might level up overnight. It's like giving a toddler a blowtorch. It will do damage fast, and no one's really in control. Then we have the national security headache. The US has strived for several years to choke off the flow of high-end AI chips to China. Everybody knows this. But DeepSeek claims they have trained R1 on cheaper, less powerful processors. So the question becomes, were the restrictions pointless? If China can surpass us with hardware we consider underpowered, all bets are off. This changes our entire strategic approach to tech and security. Now let's talk about open source, which is one of my passions, which in itself is a double-edged sword too. Sure, open source AI means everyone can study the code and improve it. That can help defenders like myself, but if a malicious actor can tweak and generate phishing kits or disinformation on command, we're in for a nasty surprise. You can magically unopen open source when it's out there. That is the main problem. But there's something else too. On the flip side, ethical hackers like myself and pen testers can harness the same open source AIs to run simulations, find vulnerabilities faster, and strengthen defenses before attackers exploit. It can automate the dual parts of security testing, freeing up teams to focus on deeper analysis. It's a weird twist, really. The same tool that empowers cyber criminals can also supercharge the good guys if we move fast enough. See, some people say DeepSeek's probably exaggerating. They're unknown. Why believe them? Well, because the markets are obviously scared. Tech leaders like Mark Andreessen are praising DeepSeek model as an amazing breakthrough. Even if it's half as good as it sounds, that's more than enough to sound the alarms. But let's get real. This is about more than just ChatGPT clones or who wins the Wall Street game. This hits at the core of the national cybersecurity crisis. If you thought that it was bad dealing with every new piece of ransomware or phishing scheme, wait until those attacks are supercharged by AI that isn't worrying about the content policy violations. Phishing emails, for example, they're read more convincingly than ever. Social engineering scripts, automated, personal, and almost impossible to detect. Malware development, AI can rapidly test and refine it, finding those cracks in your system nobody even realized they existed. And let's not forget about the potential for disinformation on steroids. If R1 is advanced enough to pump out hyper-realistic news articles, social media campaigns, and propaganda uncensored, then we face a content tsunami that could drown our ability to figure out what's real and what is fake. On the US side, we've thrown immense sums of money into AI. Meta alone says it will spend over $65 billion this year alone in 2025. Sam Altman from OpenAI talks about trillions of dollars for the next wave of AI with the Stargate project. But if DeepSeek can do it cheaper, we have to question, are we burning hundreds of billions for no reason? What if your approach of building monstrous data centers is just about to be undercut by more efficient training technique? That's a scary thought. For cybersecurity teams, that question matters. If billions of dollars go down the drain, we'll see cuts in R&D, fewer resources to shield us from advanced threat actors, and a general slowdown in the US innovation. Meanwhile, cheaper and more efficient AI from places like DeepSeek might give adversaries a giant leap forward. That's not a comfortable place to be. Now, let's address a popular viewpoint. Cool, but maybe cheaper AI means we can run more advanced defenses too. Right? Possibly, but historically, offense evolves faster than defense. If the criminals exploit this model first, we could see a wave of AI-assisted breaches before security teams manage to catch up. That's how it tends to be in cybersecurity anyways. So what do I think personally? Well, I think the US needs a reality check. Okay? So if China can produce advanced AI while keeping the massive power-hungry data centers, we need to match or surpass that ingenuity. Relying on bigger budgets won't cut it if your adversary can do the same job for pennies on the dollar. No matter who ends up winning this AI race, the open source uncensored release of any powerful model is a direct threat to global cybersecurity, period. We can't really rely on the idea that big companies like OpenAI or Google are going to keep guardrails in place. If the model is truly free to download and manipulate, bad actors will do what they do best, use it to cause chaos. From identity theft to large-scale misinformation campaigns, the possibilities are endless and terrifying. The US has been limiting high-end chips exports to China, but DeepSeek's announcement makes us wonder if what was like putting a small fence around the entire coastline anyways. These guys might have found a backdoor, like they always do. And that's real. It's going to force policymakers to reevaluate how we handle tech restrictions, alliances, and how cybersecurity collaborations work in the future. Maybe it's time to look at how to innovate instead of just spend money out. The bottom line is this. Don't just see DeepSeek's move as a stock market tremor. It's a massive sign that the AI race is evolving in ways that we could make or break our digital defenses. If we are too slow to adjust, we'll be playing catch-up against adversaries who can train powerful AI at a fraction of our cost, then unleash it with zero filters. And on that note, I hope we're all paying attention to what's going on. Because in cybersecurity, the best offense is often cheaper and more flexible than a defense that's weighted down by bureaucracy and old methods. If we don't pivot quickly, the next headline might just be about an unstoppable wave of AI-driven cyber attacks in our country. And that's a crisis no one wants. I hope you like this video, and if you support this channel, make sure you click on the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can always join me on my Discord channel as well. Have a great day.